Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by tall trees and whispering winds, there lived a girl named Nkechi. She was as beautiful as the morning sun, tall, with skin like smooth honey and eyes that sparkle like stars. So pretty, so kind that even the spirits smiled when she passed by. But despite her beauty, Nkechi's life was filled with sorrow. Her parents had passed away when she was just a baby, leaving her in the care of her wicked auntie. This auntie had 3 grown-up daughters, Yuzo, Ada, and Neka, who were lazy, rude, and jealous of Nkechi. They hated her because she was kind, humble, and loved by everyone in the village. Even the young and handsome Prince Afani from the neighboring village admired her from afar. But her auntie did not smile. Her aunt's heart was full of darkness. Every morning, while her cousins slept, Nkechi woke up before the sun rose. She swept the compound, fetched firewood, cooked meals, and washed clothes, all alone. Her auntie would shout, "Nkechi, if you rest for even a second, you will sleep outside tonight." Her cousins laughed as they lounged, painting their nails and braiding each other's hair. "Hurry up, Nkechi. The floor is still dirty," they sneered. But Nkechi never complained. She worked quietly, praying for a better day. Nkechi, a stunning girl with glowing skin and sad eyes, kneels, scrubbing the floor. Her auntie, a tall, fierce woman with a permanent scowl, watches with disgust. "Auntie, faster, lazy girl. The sun is high and you've done nothing." Nearby, her 3 daughters, Yuzo, the boastful one, Ada, the sneaky one, and Neka, the cruelest, sit lazily, fanning themselves. Yuzo, mocking, "Maybe if she stops crying, she'll work faster." Nkechi wipes her tears and continues working. The villagers outside whisper about her beauty and kindness, making her cousins burn with jealousy. Nkechi carries a heavy basket of firewood through the market. Suddenly, a horse gallops near her, and she stumbles, but strong hands catch her. It's Prince Afani, handsome, dressed in royal robes, eyes filled with warmth. "Prince Afani, are you hurt?" Nkechi, flustered, bows deeply. "No, my prince." "Thank you." The prince is enchanted. His advisor whispers, "She is just an orphan, my prince." But Afani cannot look away. Meanwhile, Yuzo, Ada, and Neka watch from a distance, furious. Neka, hissing, "That wretched girl will pay for this." That evening, as the villagers hurried home before dark, the village prepared for the moon festival, a night when spirits roam freely. Ani smirks and hands Nkechi a water pot, gave her a wicked command: "Go to the river and fetch water." Now! Nkechi's heart pounded. The village stream was forbidden at night because of the dangerous spirits that lurked there, many who went never returned. But Ani, the sun is setting. The spirits, "Do you dare disobey me?" "Silence!" Her Ani slapped her. "If you don't go, you will sleep in the forest with the hyenas." Trembling, Nkechi picked up the clay pot and walked into the darkening forest. The trees seemed to whisper warnings. The wind howled like a crying child. Just as she bent to fetch water, a chilling laughter echoed. From the shadows emerged a terrifying creature. Tall, with a wooden mask and long, bony fingers. Its eyes glowed red. "Foolish girl, you are mine now," it hissed, lunging at her. Nkechi screamed, stumbling back. The creature grabbed her arm, its nails digging into her skin. She shut her eyes, praying for mercy. Suddenly, the river bubbled violently. A bright light burst from the water, and a beautiful woman with glowing blue skin rose. The river goddess, a majestic woman with glowing blue skin and flowing silver hair, rises from the water. "You dare harm an innocent soul?" "Stop!" Her voice boomed like thunder. The masked creature froze, then screeched in fear before vanishing into the darkness. The goddess turned to Nkechi, her eyes full of kindness. "Why are you here, child?" Tears rolled down Nkechi's cheeks as she explained her suffering. The goddess sighed. "Such cruelty, but your heart is purer." She dipped her hand into the water and sprinkled drops on Nkechi. Instantly, her tattered clothes turned into a dazzling gown, sewn with gold and pearls. A golden crown appeared on her head, and her skin glowed like moonlight. "Go home, child. The village will see your worth." River goddess, your tears have reached the heavens, child. Rise. She waves her hand. When Nkechi returned, the villagers gasped. Look, she shines like a queen. Prince Afani, who had been watching from afar, rushed to her. Nkechi, you're the most beautiful maiden I have ever seen. Nkechi, you are breathtaking. But her auntie's face twisted in anger. How dare she get such blessings? Auntie's face twists in fury. She grabs her daughters. That night, the auntie ordered her daughters, go to the river. Bring back greater gifts than Nkechi. Greedy and excited, Yuzo, Ada, and Nneka rushed to the stream. But when they got there, they mocked the goddess. Give us gold, more than Nkechi. The river bubbled angrily. The goddess appeared, but this time her eyes burned with fury. You do not deserve kindness. A mighty wave swallowed the three girls, and silence. Then the river calms, as if nothing happened, and they were never seen again. The night was eerily silent as Nkechi's auntie paced near the hut, her eyes darting toward the dark forest. Her three daughters, Yuzo, Ada, and Nneka, had been gone for hours. Auntie, muttering angrily, those foolish girls. Did they get lost? Or are they just lazing about? She scoffed, convincing herself they were fine. After all, Nkechi had returned safely. Why wouldn't her own daughters? But as the moon climbed higher, a cold dread slithered into her heart. The auntie steps outside listening. No laughter. No footsteps. Not even the usual chirping of night insects. Then a distant splash. Her head snapped toward the river. Had the girls fallen in? Were they playing games? Auntie, shouting into the night, Yuzio, Ada, Nneka, come home now. Only the wind howled back. Auntie's growing panic. She storms into the forest, torch in hand. She marched toward the river, her anger masking her fear. Auntie grumbling, when I find them, I'll beat them senseless for worrying me. Asterisk, but with every step, the air grew heavier. The trees seemed to lean in, watching her. When she reached the riverbank, her torchlight flickered over 3 abandoned wrappers, her daughter's favorite ones, neatly folded on a rock. Auntie, voice trembling, W, what trick is this? Then she saw it. 3 pairs of footprints leading into the water, but none coming back out. The horrible realization. Auntie stares into the dark water. Her reflection stared back, but then 3 faces appeared beneath hers. Yuzo, Ada, and Nneka, their eyes wide, mouths open in silent screams, reached up from the depths. Auntie, screaming, my children. She lunged forward, plunging her hands into the water, but it turned to mist and the faces vanished. A voice, soft yet terrifying, whispered from the river. River goddess, echoing, you sent them to steal my blessings, now they belong to me. The morning, a broken woman. Dawn breaks. Auntie crawls back to the village. Her hair was wild, her clothes soaked. She collapsed in the village square, wailing like a wounded animal. Auntie, sobbing uncontrollably, my daughters. The river took them. Bring them back. The villagers gathered, murmuring in fear. Some pitied her. Others whispered, this is the price of wickedness. Nkechi watched from a distance, her heart heavy. She had hated her cousins, but no one deserved such a fate. The final curse, Auntie's madness. Days later, Auntie, now a shell of herself, she refused to eat. She sat by the river every night, calling her daughters names. One evening, the villagers heard a final blood-curdling scream. Then silence. When they searched, they found only Auntie's slippers at the river's edge. Some say the river goddess took her too. Others claim she walked into the water herself, begging to join her daughters. A bright morning in the village. The sun rose high in the sky, painting the village in golden light. Birds sang sweet songs, and the air smelled of fresh flowers. Today was no ordinary day. Today was Nkechi's wedding day. After the river goddess blessed her, and after her wicked auntie and cousins disappeared, the whole village celebrated Nkechi's happiness. Prince Afani had asked her to marry him, and she had said yes. Nkechi gets dressed in a beautiful outfit. Nkechi sat inside a big, colorful tent while the village women helped her get ready. Old Mama Ngozi kindly, oh, Nkechi, Look at you, more beautiful than a morning star." They rubbed her skin with sweet-smelling oils and braided her hair with golden beads. Then, they dressed her in a long, flowing gown as white as the clouds, with tiny shining stones that glittered in the light. Young girl giggling, "Nkechi, you look like a real princess." Nkechi smiled shyly. She could hardly believe this was happening to her, the orphan girl who once slept on the cold floor. The whole village gathers, singing and dancing. Outside, the villagers had decorated the paths with palm leaves and bright flowers. Drums pounded, flutes played, and children ran around laughing. The women danced in circles, their colorful skirts swirling. The men beat the drums faster and faster, their voices rising in happy songs. Village elder, raising his hand, "Today, we celebrate love. Today, our Nkechi becomes a queen." Everyone cheered. Even the animals seemed happy. Goats trotted around and chickens clucked excitedly, the sound of horses approaching. Then, hoofbeats. The crowd turned as Prince Afani rode on a strong, white horse, dressed in a royal robe of red and gold. His smile was as bright as the sun. Behind him, his royal guards carried large baskets of gifts, yams, fruits, beads, and fine cloth for the villagers. Prince Afani, speaking warmly, "Today, I take Nkechi not just as my wife, but as my queen. Together, we will rule with kindness." The people clapped and shouted with joy. Nkechi and Afani kneeled before the elders. Nkechi walked slowly toward Afani, her heart pounding. The villagers made way, whispering praises. "O priest," holding a staff, "we join this man and this woman under the eyes of our ancestors and the great gods." He tied their wrists together with a sacred cloth and poured palm wine on the ground as an offering. "O priest," loudly, "let no one separate what the gods have joined." The crowd cheered, "Yeh-cheh-cheh-cheh," in agreement. Long tables filled with food. After the ceremony, the biggest feast ever began. There were piles of pounded yam with hot soup, roasted goat meat and fish, sweet fruits and honey cakes. Nkechi and Afani sat together, eating and laughing. Even the village children came close, staring at Nkechi's shiny dress. Little boy, pointing, "One day, I want to marry a queen like you." Everyone laughed, and Nkechi patted his head kindly. As night fell, the drums changed to a slow, sweet rhythm. Prince Afani stood and held out his hand. Prince Afani, softly, "My queen, may I have this dance?" Nkechi blushed but took his hand. They danced together, moving gracefully as the villagers watched in awe. The firelight made Nkechi's dress sparkle like stars. Even the river goddess, watching from afar, smiled. The next morning, Nkechi and Afani climbed onto his white horse, ready to go to his kingdom. Nkechi, waving, "Thank you, my village. I will never forget you." The people waved back, some wiping tears. As they rode away, the wind carried the sound of laughter and joy. And so Nkechi, the girl who was once treated like nothing, became a beloved queen. She and Afani ruled with kindness, and her story was told for generations. The golden sun dipped low as Nkechi and Prince Afani rode toward his kingdom. The villagers' cheers faded behind them, but Nkechi's heart was full. She turned for one last look at the only home she'd ever known. Nkechi softly, touching her necklace, "Goodbye and thank you." The wind rustled the leaves as if whispering back. Deep in the shadows, something watched them leave. A low growl rumbled, then silence. But little did they know, the story was not yet over. The royal gates swing open. Crowds throw flowers at Nkechi's feet. The kingdom was even more beautiful than Nkechi dreamed. Towering clay palaces, markets bursting with colors, and children laughing as they chased goats through the streets. Afani proudly welcomed home my queen. Nkechi's eyes filled with happy tears. After a life of suffering, she had found love, family, and a throne. The high priest placed a golden crown upon her head. High priest booming, "From this day forward, she is Queen Nkechi, light of the land." The people knelt, drums thundered, and in that moment Nkechi knew her suffering had led her here. That night, Nkechi stands at a balcony overlooking a distant river. A cool breeze brushed her face. Then a familiar voice. River goddess, echoing, Rule wisely, child. And remember, magic still flows where you once stood. Nkechi smiled. Somewhere, far away, the river shimmered under the moonlight. The masked creature's hand suddenly burst from the river, clutching Yuzo's beaded bracelet. Then silence, but darkness stirs beneath the waves, and forgotten do not stay buried forever. Kindness shines brighter than beauty. Courage triumphs over cruelty, and those who harm the innocent will face the river's judgment. Next story, dark foreshadowing. A new village. A young boy dares to approach the forbidden river at night. In another village, another child will soon face the spirits, but will they be friend or foe? Nkechi waves from her throne. Did you love Nkechi's journey? Thumbs up like if you believe in happy endings. Bell subscribe for more magical tales. Speech balloon comment below. Should the river goddess return? Loudspeaker share with someone who needs courage.